Hello, everybody.
Hello.
My name's Ben.
Hello. Hi, Ben.
Having a happy holiday so far?
Yeah.
How was your morning? Mine was good. It was yours?
Yeah.
That's good. That's good. I have a short story I'd like to tell. This piece of work was written by a man named Louis Casals around 1959. Some people call it a story, some call it a parable, but I would like to call it a modern parable. Over the years at Christmas time, a man you might have heard of by the name of Mr. Paul Harvey. You ever heard of him?
Yes.
Yeah. His work was nice. He reads good. Now, yeah, this story is about the reed. It's called The Man and the Birds. I heard of that too. Now, the man who I'm going to introduce you to was not a Scrooge. He was kind, decent, mostly good man. Generous to his family, upright with his dealings with other men. But he just didn't care for all that spiritual stuff that the churches proclaim at Christmas time. You know, Jesus, the Son of God, that came to earth from heaven, took the form of a man, being born like the rest of us. He grew up and performed miracles. You know the story. It was during this holiday season when his wife asked him to come with her and the kids to Christmas Eve service at church. He said no, but not wanting to hurt her feelings, he said, "I don't want to make you unhappy, dear." He said, "I just can't go. I would feel like a hypocrite." He said, "But I would wait up for you till you get home and make sure the scraper and the brush are in the car because it's supposed to snow tonight." So he stayed, and they went. He sat down in his chair by the fireplace and started to read his paper. A little while later, snow began to fall. Just some light flurries at first, you know, and then the snow came down heavier and heavier, just like a regular blizzard. Most Chicagoans know that, right?
Right.
Good. The weather got bad, and it was getting worse. You know what I mean. While reading the newspaper, he began hearing a strange noise coming from the front room. There it goes again, and again. Sounds like a thud, something like a thudding sound. It sounded like the kids from the street were throwing snowballs at his window, he thought. He hurried to the front room to see. He opened the front door, so sure he was going to catch some kids causing mischief. But to his surprise, he found instead a flock of very unhappy birds on the ground. They somehow must have got confused in a storm, and in desperation, heading for the living room to get out of the storm. They didn't realize there was a window in the way between them, and that they must have thought was a great place for shelter. Well, he couldn't let the poor creatures lie there and freeze to death, so he got his coat and boots and went to the warm garage where they kept the car, tools, and bikes, you know that stuff.
We don't need you.
He opened the big door and turned on the lights. It seemed like a perfect place for these poor, desperate birds. Can you believe it? Those birds didn't move except flop around flapping like chickens with their heads cut off. The man saw this and thought for a moment. I know just what to do. I bet they can use some food. So he went in the kitchen, got some breadcrumbs, put a trail into the garage so the birds would eat it. And the birds just couldn't understand what the man was doing. So the man stopped and waited, But the birds just kept on hopping and flopping and flapping their wings and chirping up a storm. Do you know the man, out of desperation, tried to catch the birds? When that didn't work, he began to wave his arms, shooing them toward the warm, dry, safe garage. But the birds just got more frightened and confused and scattered in every direction, except in the place he wanted them to go. You know, when you're chasing birds around, they always don't want to go where you want them to go to. They always want to run away from you. That's kind of how it is. Frustrated and tired, the man stopped. He thought a moment. Then it dawned on him that these birds are afraid of him. To them, he reasoned, I must be a huge and scary giant. No wonder they're so upset with me. If only I could speak their language. If only I could be a bird, you know, and mingle with them. Then I can tell them not to fear me, because I'm trying to help them. All I'm trying to do is lead them to safety, to the safe, warm garage. To the safe, well-lit, warm garage. If only I could be one of them, so they can get what I'm trying to tell them. The bells from the church began to ring just at that moment, ringing in the glad tidings of Christmas. Oh, God, now I get it, he said. I get it. You had to come here and walk among us and speak to us so that we could understand. At that, he sank to his knees and said, thank you, God. Thank you, good people at Norwood Crossing. Thank you. And have a happy holidays to all. Merry Christmas.